Hello everyone, I'm Said Mandegard. Welcome back to yet another tutorial. So great to have you. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to do post-production on your shot using render elements. And for those who don't have the render elements, it's fine. I will show you a step-by-step of editing, adjusting, and enhancing your shot. Here's the render elements I prepared for this video. I will add them one by one. This is the render output. As you see, all the details are there, no material is burnt or blackened, and shadows and highlights are good for starting the edit. I start with the reflection layer. Simply drag and drop it onto your main shot. As you know, any surface that had no reflection is black, and any surface that actually had reflection is white, or a color that represents the reflection map of that material. So I'm gonna change the layers mode to a screen, so it means we are getting rid of all black pixels and keep those white or bright colors on top of our main layer. Since that's adding too much brightness or white pixels to my scene, I would reduce it so it affects just a little on my main shot. Next layer is Specular. I will do the same thing as I did for the reflection map. I think the brightness shouldn't go alongside of the wall, it has to fade away. To do that, I will add a mask and then I'll grab a gradient tool, set it on transparent mode and start to mask the right side of the wall. Alright, let me turn this off. Do you see how much depth I added to this shot by using this layer? The V-Ray light layer emphasizes on the bright side of the scene. I mean, it adds more light to the part that are already lightened up. So by having that, you can actually make your lighting more effective without losing any data. As you see, all the details are there. Now that I used all my render elements, I will import the Cryptomatte layer to adjust each object separately. It just helped me with making selections. I select the Magic Wand tool and select the floor. If there is more space that's not selected yet, right-click in the selection and press Select Similar. All the same color will be selected. Then I load a curve adjustment and start to adjust the floor. From this graph, we see how much dark or bright pixels we have and where is the best point to start adjustment. I pick the hand tool and as I go over the shadows, you will see the exact point on this graph. I just click and hold and drag that up or down to adjust the shadows. And also drag up the highlights to make more contrast. That's cool. Let me select the sofa set. I like to reduce the dark pixels around here, so I just pull that up. And yeah. And I think if I make this fabric just a bit brighter, it would look better since the yellow color of the sofa has a great color harmony with the wall. As for the wall, I think it should be a bit brighter because there's a huge amount of light is coming in through the windows, so yeah, I would say that makes more sense. Now the lamp looks a bit dark and seems so thick since I can't see that side of it. I would like to brighten it up a little and add more highlight to it. To save some time, I speed up the video to get over this step quicker. The process is the same as what I already explained for previous objects. Alright, until now, here's the before and after. I group all these layers and type a name for it. You can name it whatever you want. The next step is enhancement. I would like to add an exposure adjustment and add a bit to the offset to make it look more cinematic. Next, I would load the color balance and start shifting the shadows and highlights tone a little. I usually shift the shadows to blue and shift the highlights to yellow. As I've said, just a little. I just want to see more blue in the shadows and yellow in the highlights. I load the color lookup and test different things to find the great effects. It's totally based on personal interest, so yeah, I recommend you test different things and see if you like them. This will look cool. Let me bring the exposure on top of that. So yeah. I think it's very intense. Let me reduce the opacity a little. The last adjustment layer is selective color. I start with red since it's always the first one. In the black channel, you can actually adjust the overall mood of your shot. Alright, let me put them in another group. So this is the before and after so far. Let me reduce the lighting element's opacity too. That look better now. Alright, let's check again. Cool. To save this, I press Ctrl, Alt, Shift and S. You can also put all the layers in one group and export them as a PNG file. Yeah, press save. Next step is adding an imperfection effect to the shot. This step is very special because sometimes it destroys your work if you don't choose a right over right image to make that effect. I can simply drag and drop it on my main tab and place it correctly on top of all my layers. And change the layer mode from normal, which is the default mode, to screen in order to keep the white pixels only. But as you notice, it adds a huge amount of whiteness since there's a shade of gray. So what I do is to get back to the imperfection layer tab and adjust the contrast. So now I mostly have some dark pixels that are going to be hidden by screen layer mode, and all that would be left is some whiter lines or whatever it's called on my shot. I merged them down and now I add it to the shot. Now you see it's much better, right? I can also add another adjustment layer on top of that and clip it to the imperfection layer to adjust it more. I think some of the dirt has to be removed since it's very noticeable. To save some time, I speed up the video and also I removed some part of it because it's the same thing that I explained a minute ago. Alright, I saved this. I load the shot inside Lightroom and continue enhancement. Once you go to the Develop tab, you will see there are many great options to enhance your image. I made this part short by speeding up the video, and instead I made 3 presets out of it, so you can download them from the links I put in the description box and load them in your Lightroom and enjoy it. Here's the before and after enhancement in Lightroom. These are the presets I was saying. To export this, I go to File menu and select Export or press Ctrl-Shift-E to do that. Make sure everything is correct and simply press the export to complete the exporting process. One extra tip for those who watch the video so far. During the edit, you can actually add some lights to the lamp and window by creating a shape, adding a feather, and changing the layers mode and opacity. You can create a few layers on top of each other and play with these settings to create a unique atmosphere. Alright, here's the final presentation. This is the raw version of this shot, and these are the after post-production. That's it for me guys, hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video if it was helpful and subscribe to my channel and click on that bell to be notified about the next video. See you soon, have fun!